Oh, I'm live, you guys. I'm live as I'm fixing shit, because that's how we roll around here. We just go and we just do, right? Hi, everybody. Happy Monday afternoon. I'm so grateful to be here with you guys. I I don't know. I'm just really happy for a Monday, which is like cool, right? And look, guys, no glasses, right? I've ventured back into the world of contact lenses because I'm sick and tired of fogging up my glasses with the goddamn masks. And you got to do the masks. And unfortunately, with the masks come foggy glasses. Yes, yes. So, hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Oh, I see us loading up. This is super exciting. So just a reminder here, you guys, there are more of you than there are of me. So that means I may not be getting to everybody's question today. Please don't be offended. I'm not doing it on purpose. The other thing is I'm only taking one question from folks. So if you ask several questions, save your questions for the following week because I really only it's not fair if I do 3 questions from the same person and somebody else is, waiting for their question to be answered. So I will do my best to get to everybody. I'm not trying to piss anyone off on purpose, at least not right now, maybe in other areas of my life. I'm kidding. And I appreciate your patience with me. I'm not very tech savvy. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm seeing so many questions here. Hi, you guys. Hi. It's so nice to see everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Was there anything else? Oh, yeah. If I butcher your name, I'm so sorry. Yet again, I'm not doing it on purpose. So let me do some scrolling here. Peyton, congratulations, Peyton, you guys. Peyton got the internship that she's been wanting. And that I read for a couple weeks ago. So my prediction came true. So that's great. I mean, not all my predictions come true. I'm not all perfect. I'm not all knowing, you guys. But congratulations, Peyton. Hi, Michelle. Nice to see you. Hi, Teresa. Hey, Music for Life Ramirez, 2121. Hey, Teresa. Nice to see you. And Sarah Michelle and Al and Arzu. And Peyton's back. It's the same. Whoa, you guys. This thing is like, it is going. It is going. Jessica, hi. Okay. So we're going to get right in there. Jessica's got a question. Jessica Radmaker Reichart. Hi. Are my headaches from Ascension or Adderall? LOL. Girl, I've been getting the headaches too. So if any of you guys are having headaches, that is an Ascension symptom. So what the fuck is Ascension, right? The Earth's electromagnetic field is also leveling up, just like human beings and other critters as well. So when Ascension happens, it means the Earth's heartbeat, the Schumann resonance, does produce electromagnetic fields that do penetrate, infiltrate, recalibrate, and integrate, or I should say integrate and then recalibrate our own personal energetic field, and that can affect our physical body. So headaches are a sign of an ascension symptom. Okay, so Jessica, I'm not a doctor, and I don't, make medical diagnoses like that at all. And I would not get off my medication unless you are, working with a doctor, because I don't know what the withdrawal symptoms are like or anything like that. But I can tell you that a lot of the headaches may be from just integrating other electromagnetic fields. It can happen with people too. Sometimes just being around a person gives me a headache. So, and I'm not kidding you when it's like, hey, you give me a headache. It's like, yeah, or you're a pain in the neck. Yeah, you're a pain in the ass. Yes, it's your electromagnetic field infiltrating my electromagnetic field, and it does create a disruption sometimes in matter, and our physical bodies are made of matter. So Jessica, it could be Ascension symptom, but because we're dealing with medication and Adderall and all that, I don't want to tell you to get off of it, but you might want to work with your doctor to wean off of it and see if the headaches do improve. So there you go. That's what I want to say to you. Sarah Beth, hey, will I complete my degree in social work? Absolutely. Like that just came out. See, a lot of times I don't even need cards, you guys. Cards are just a tool. I think it's fine. There's a connection to February with you finishing the degree, but I don't necessarily think it's this coming February. So it may be February of 2022. I could be wrong with my timing, but there's a connection to February. So maybe that's when you get back to, because it does feel like there's been a delay or a slowness to it. Like you had to stop for a bit and then kind of get back. So there's a connection to February. So either you complete it by February or you go back into it in February. But I got to tell you, the completion part feels like it may not be in 2021. So just be kind to yourself and not be so hard on yourself, Sarah Beth. I mean, I know, you want to be done and move on. And unfortunately, like, humanity is being slowed down right now, and that's not your fault or anybody else's fault. It's circumstantial. So the delay and the slowness has its benefits, okay? So see if you can lean into that and just make this process a little easier for you, okay? There you go, Sarah Beth. Music for Life Ramirez. Will I be successful in the career field I want to pursue? Only if you act on your desires. So it's not enough for us to create a situation or scenario based on our desire. The intention is action plus desire. So if you want to energetically manifest or create something, you have to be in the process of doing it. So when you're asking me, will I be successful in the career field that I want to pursue? It depends on your intention and if you're going to follow and commit through with your intention. So you're the only one that can make that happen. Now, the universe can hold your hand and create pathways when you are in the least amount of resistance. So give yourself permission to just go with the flow in terms of it, and you will be successful. Okay. But you got to get off your ass. And I do kind of feel, and I'm not trying to be rude or mean, blunt probably, but you got to stop talking about it and you got to start doing it, and you have to consistently be in action. You can't just want something. You have to want something and be in action, and they don't have to be big, huge baby steps. As a matter of fact, the universe helps you and paves pathways for you. And all you need to do is take teensy weensy, itty bitty little bite-sized steps. Okay. Music for life. So there you go. Alex VJ. Hey, Terrie, see you on the flip side. Yes, my people. How is your Monday? My Monday has been super productive. Thank you for asking, Alex. Will I meet my soulmate next year? And will I be moving if I find work internship of my dream after finishing my degree? Thank you. Okay, so there are several questions in that one question. So here's what I'm going to say, Alex. I'm going to only answer one of your questions, and I feel like the one that, just from time purposes, and when I'm saying time purposes, not what I'm willing to give to you, but in terms of what's going to come sooner or quicker, it does feel like the work and the internship comes sooner than soulmate. Okay. So, in regards to moving, there's too many variables in this. I just can't answer all of these right now, but I do feel like you do get an internship that you thrive in, and are really good at, and people see it and they help you move further along. So just make sure, because I also feel like you'll have choices or decisions to make. Make sure you're making the choice or the decision that aligns with your heart, not your brain. Sorry, the brain, our minds will talk us out of things. Okay. And for us to be really, truly in alignment with things, we listen to what our heart says. Okay. So go with the position that your heart is like, I want to do this. Okay, which may feel really uncomfortable, but that's the information that I'm able to give you in this amount of time. Okay, Alex? Hey, Sarah, now I know that you're sartorius, Sarah. Like, now I get it. It took a few lives to pick up on it. Okay, Sarah, but I hear you, I see you, and I feel you. Okay, Sarah, you've got a question. You love these live chats. Thank you. Thank you. I do too. Thank you. Thank you. I'm interested in pursuing a career working in an animal shelter as a veterinarian. Do you think this would be a good fit for me and my skills? I got to say no. Now, here's the thing about the no. It's a no, but I get that you want to do good. Like, you have such a beautiful heart and your soul is like really pure. But sometimes I feel like you might have a tendency to put your needs on the back burner, right? And there will be needs that you have to meet in terms of human reality, paying bills, purchasing a home, having a family, all of those things, okay? So when I'm saying, should you work do you think it would be a good fit for you and your skills? I mean, anything animals, yes, a good fit for you and your skills. But the animal shelter part, it doesn't feel like that's where you should put the majority. Let me put it this way. It doesn't feel like that's where the majority of your effort or your energy or your attention should be put into. I do feel like you can be a rotating one, maybe. But again, it's more of like a part-time thing. Like, I feel like there's some sort of, I don't know how to put this into words. And I don't want to make this sound terrible, or I'm not trying to be condescending or belittling to animal shelters, because we definitely need them. And I personally am so grateful that they do save animals. But I feel like you're made for more than that. And I feel like you're kind of keeping yourself small by just saying an animal shelter. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have to not work in an animal shelter, but it just feels like that's not where you put most of your attention and your energy into, because it feels like you're built or made for bigger things, okay? Now, I know that you are, working your way around the world, which is so beautiful, working in training and, veterinarian in the military, which is really freaking awesome and really commendable. But it just feels like you're made for more than just an animal shelter. So look, you got to ultimately do what you want to and need to do. Okay, so if that's what you feel you need to do, that's great. But when you're asking me if I think it would be a good fit, I feel like it's a good part-time fit. It's a good way to make some extra cash, but it's not where you're built for bigger things, it feels like. And what those specifics are, I'm not getting right now. But I just want you to know that that's what that feels like for you. So I would say if that's something you want to do, maybe start out doing that and then just do it sort of part-time. That's the information that I get. So hopefully that helps. Hey, Teresa, how's my week look? My week, meaning your week, looks a little bumpy, but it's like many other weeks of this year. So just hang in there. Just hang in there, ride the bumps. That's what they're saying. Ride the bumps. So like, jump into the bump, you guys, jump into the bump. That should be a bumper sticker, jump into the bump. So lean into the uncertainty. So feel like you have a lot, or there will be a lot of like unfinished business that you're just like, I just want to close this off so I can move on to the next thing. I want to now close this off, so I want to move on to the next thing. So Teresa, lean into the uncertainty of sort of like, it's just going to go the way it's going to go, and jump into that bump of uncertainty. It'll make your pathway a lot easier. Okay, you guys? Well, Teresa, but everybody. Got to take a sip of my chai. Yeah, I'm one of these weird people that like will drink a hot beverage with a straw. But it's chai. You guys see this? There's a nice message on here. The lioness does not concern herself with the opinion of the sheep. You do you, boo. Thank you for asking, Teresa. Noor. Hi, Terrie. Hi, Noor. What field of work will my future spouse be working in? I got to tell you, I have no clue. This feels far away. So that's why I think what's going on is that your spouse, as of this conversation, just remember, things can change. Things can totally change. But as of this conversation, your spouse is not showing up in your energetic field. Now, it doesn't mean that later on tonight, he or she might. But right now, I can't answer that, and I don't want to tell you something just because you want to hear it. So I don't know that answer yet. Okay, Nor? But hopefully we'll know that answer with time. 2121. Hello, Terrie. Hey, 2121. I want to ask you about my career. Sure. Right now, I'm studying finance and accounting. That feels really good. All right. And I was wondering if you see me working as an accountant in the future. Thank you. Well, I got to tell you, you're really good with numbers. Or I should say you have a good relationship with numbers, which is really commendable because people like me don't. I do not like numbers. I was horrible at math all the fucking time. So it's really nice that you're actually studying something that you're good at, which is nice. I do see you being an accountant, but I don't see you being one of these boring accountants. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I feel like you can actually work in a really fun, hip, young place. Although I do feel like you would be annoyed with the younger generation. So 2121, I am just telling you that you're going to be one of those grumpy old people one day, just like I can be. And I never thought I would be because there was a time I was in my 20s. And I was like, those people are grumpy and old with all of their opinions. Well, guess what, Buttercup? I see you being very, very successful in a very, like a successful venture, a successful company. And there's a lot of young people that work there. It's almost like I feel kind of like a Google type situation, right? Where people are like driving their skateboards or, hanging out on beanie bags or bean bags or something like that. It's still some time off or away, but I do feel that. So yes, I do feel like you're on the right path for sure, for sure, for sure. For you though, what's coming up is that it's super important for you to have a hobby, like a good hobby, something that feeds your soul, something to get your mind off of things, because I do feel like you're very cerebral. Look, you guys, if I call you cerebral, it's not a bad thing. It just means you're super intelligent. You're very overactive in your mind, hyper analytical, and possibly critical too, but that's not a bad thing. That's a sign of intelligence, okay? So I kind of feel like you need to find a hobby to get out of your head so much, all right, Nor? No, I'm sorry. That was 2121. I apologize. Okay. Here we go. Hi, Kathleen. Nice to see you. Okay, Elle. Hi, Terrie. Hi, Elle. Sending you extra love. I love extra love. I will take that extra love. Thank you. After doing tons of shadow work, girl, I am with you. I find myself drawn to an ex that I regret breaking up with. Why are you in my head and in my life? Get out. I oftentimes have that same. Well, I'm in that kind of sort of same situation. I'm working my way through it. But should I open my heart to a future with him? Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to say yes, but here's what can show up. Or here's what's coming up. You've done your work, but I don't feel like he's done that work. Now it's coming up as he, so it's masculine energy. So please forgive me if it's a she who's just very masculine. I try very hard. I'm not perfect, but I try very hard not to make assumptions on people's sexual orientation. Okay. But it's showing up as a masculine. So I'm just going to say he. Okay, Elle? I feel like he hasn't done his work. You have, and he hasn't. So he's not where you need him to be. So here's what I would do if I were you. If you want to open up your heart to him, you open up your heart to a more advanced him, to a him 2.0, not to him now, because there's no fucking way it would work right now. It didn't work when you were L 1.0. And now that you're L 2.0, it's definitely not going to work. So you got to wait for him to go to 2.0 or even 3.0. And I do feel like that's some time. So if you are going to open up your heart to him, you want to do a couple things. One, you want to open up your heart to him 5.0 or 2.0, whatever you want to call it, the improved him, the evolved him. And you want to also allow someone else who has a lot of the similarities or who is like him 2.0 to step into, because otherwise what you're doing is you are pushing away potential amazing partners. So you do want to leave open. So you want to get super clear and maybe write down what you loved about this guy, what you guys were compatible with each other, you know, the things that just flowed and there was no effort, there was no work. Things just happened. I apologize, you guys. I just got a text message. Let me put that down. And you want to leave that possibility for someone else too. And I always tell this, you guys, here's some advice. Design the relationship, not the person, because people change. Humans will always let down other humans, and the relationship won't change, right? It'll always be like the skeleton, right? So if you're doing that, that gives the opportunity for each party, you and your partner, to fuck up, to make mistakes, to learn, to grow, to evolve, which is what we humans do. But if we're so focused on the person, when they piss us off or they're going through a change, it won't allow us to also change, right? And it creates havoc. And we start to look at the other person to create our reality. In other words, that other person is making me happy. No, you guys, you make yourself happy. You don't rely or depend upon your partner. That's why it's a really good idea to design your relationship. So Elle, I hope that that's helpful. And I got to move on, okay? Hi, Kathleen. Hey, Michelle. Wondering if I will get accepted into that work program that I applied for next year. I feel like it's a yes, but I feel like there's a delay. There is a delay, and that delay freaks you out. Keep your patience. Keep your patience. Decrease your importance on it. Just allow it to happen. Sort of forget that you did and just keep moving forward. Keep moving on. I feel like you're putting too much emphasis on it. So you need to like sort of detach from the attachment that you have to it. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Who am I? Arzu. Hope you are well. Thank you. Do you think my crush and me will get into a relationship? God. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Arzu. Arzu. Oh, man. Look, if there's one thing that I am, it's honest and I'm transparent. And I really want to be as compassionate and kind as possible when I say this. And it just, as of this conversation, let's say, as of this reading, it does feel like it remains a crush. This feels very unrequited. So it's like you love him, but he doesn't love you back, or she doesn't love you back. I would say, as of now, I feel like it's a no. And I hate delivering bad news like that, but I got to be honest, and and I don't want to sugarcoat, and I don't want to, could I be wrong? Yes, but I would move on and I would just keep things where they are. I would do my best to detach. Okay. These readings are free. Did you pay me before this? There is no cost to this as of now. I don't know if I will ever be charging. I don't like to make promises because I don't know that I can always keep my promise. But yes, right now, these readings are free. Okay, there you go. Okay. Hi, Peyton again. Oh, you have a question this time. Okay. I got the internship. Yes. I'm in a transitional period, though, where I still have a full-time job on top of school and now this internship. Yes. What does it look like for me the next couple of months? I feel like this could go a lot smoother for you than you're giving yourself an opportunity for this to happen. I feel like your time traveling to a potential or possibility that does not have to happen. So in other words, you're in anxiety mode instead of like flow mode. Let's just see what happens. So when you ask me, what does it look like? I want to tell you that there's a potential and a possibility for this to go a lot smoother. This doesn't have to disrupt your life. I just feel like your expectation of it and how you think it should go is out of whack. So you got to change that mindset. So you got to just say, I'm open to seeing what happens. Just be curious about the experience instead of already be like, fuck, what's the next few months going to look like, right? So you're creating anxiety. There's a fear that doesn't have to be there just yet, okay? So hopefully that helps. Did I already answer your question, Jenny? No. Where'd you go, Jenny? Jenny. Will me and my mom be able to solve our problems in the future? Well, that's a really weird question because everybody solves problems in the future. This is one of those questions where it's a bit too open-ended. I mean, I want to say, yeah, of course you're going to solve your problems in the future. Just may not be in your time frame, but everything always works out some way or somehow, even if sometimes you just have to accept the way the things work out. So that's really the best answer that I can give you for this session, okay? Chanel McLeod, hey. I would like to find out what my career holds for me. Seems a little stuck right now. That's a bit vague too. Those are like really big questions. We need really super laser focused questions for this session, just for time's sake. The only thing I can say is I do feel like the reason you're stuck is not necessarily your career. It's because you're not doing enough self-care to make yourself feel aligned and connected to yourself. So as soon as you start taking better care of yourself and stop putting other people ahead or your job ahead or anything else ahead, like when you say, oh, I really should be going for a walk, but instead you're going to take care of little Jimmy or whatever, go for a walk and then take care of little Jimmy. It doesn't have to be or, it's and. You do and. So the reason why I feel like you're stuck is not necessarily because of work. It's because you're not taking good care of yourself, all right? Wilhelmina, hi, lots of love from Finland. Hey. My grandma died in 2015, I think. And I'm afraid that she didn't know how much I loved her and that she thought I took her for granted. Oh, well, all you have to do is just talk to her. I don't do mediumship readings, so I'm not going to be connecting to your grandma here. That's a one-on-one personal private session. But you can always just tell your mom. Always just tell grandma. Always tell grandma how much you love her. You can totally talk to her. It's fine. When spirit is not bound to one particular area, so spirit is always around us. Our loved ones are always around us, so we can always talk to them. Okay, so tell her exactly what you want to tell her. All right. Okay, Music for Life Ramirez. I believe that I already asked your question. So yeah. So we are moving on. Again, don't be offended. It's just I'm trying to get in as many people as I can. Marie Galinas, I hope I'm not butchering your name. Should I do a degree in translation? Yes. Oh my God. I feel like you can be a translator for like the government or something, like the FBI. I don't know what country you're in, so I'm using my references are in the United States, okay? So you can be like a translator for the FBI or for like the CIA, well, probably not the CIA, but what do they call that? The international, I see it. It's that place in New York with all the flags. For fuck's sake, I can't remember the name of it. The nations. I forgot what it's called. Not federal nations. I don't know. Anyways, I feel like you can work for the government or like an embassy even, something along those lines. I get a firm yes, and I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for you. So, if that's something that, but only if you enjoy doing it, right? So ultimately, you're making all your own choices and decisions, right? But I do feel like you'd be really good at that. And that there is a good future and a financial future. So go for it. Tawny. Hi, Terrie. Well, hello. Should I pursue something with YouTube streaming? Also, thanks for everything. Well, you're very welcome for everything. I'm not sure what everything is, but you're very welcome. Should you pursue something with YouTube and streaming? Why not? Why not? If that's what you want to do, if that's what you feel called to do, why not? I would say go for it. Why not? All right. There you go. Okay, TT, I'm not going to answer your question because we already asked the question. I'm so sorry. And Sarah Beth says, thank you. It's so helpful. You're very welcome, Sarah Beth. Kathleen Duda, will I move out of my parents' home in 2021? I just heard only if you want to. So I don't know what your contingents are, but if you work towards those contingents, then there's a possibility. It might be more towards the end of 2021. That's what that feels like. Colton, when is my man coming? LOL. Colton wants a man. When is your man coming? When you step more into your femininity and allow for that man to come in. So there's something about you taking on too much of a masculine role, and you have to understand masculine energy met with other masculine energy becomes aggressive and they fight, right? But feminine energy and masculine energy work together, okay? So as soon as you step more into your femininity, you will draw in your man. There you go. Anita, oh, she retracted her message. Sabrina Soviron Gumicio. God, I hope I didn't butcher your name. Hi, Terrie. Hi, hope you're well. Thank you, I am. Will I be happy in the new neighborhood that I'm moving into? Yes, but I feel like your fear is going to slow it down. So it's almost like, again, I don't remember who I was just talking to, but it's like creating situations that don't exist just yet. Like you're worrying about something that hasn't happened yet. And you have to understand that the majority of the time, I would say 75% of the things that we worry about never even come to fruition. So it's like you're putting too much effort, too much attention, too much energy on the fear of you not enjoying your neighborhood. Well, guess what? It's the total opposite, right? There's like a 75% chance that you will. And that's a shit ton of percentage. So just switch your mind and just say, I will wait and see. I don't have to make a decision just yet. Let me move into my neighborhood and let me see what happens. But I do feel like there's that good possibility. There's a timeline for you, but you got to choose that timeline. You can't just be a victim of it. You can't just say, okay, neighborhood, you run me. You tell me if I'm happy. Doesn't work like that. You can make yourself happy in most situations, unless you're, in mortal danger. You can't relax enough to feel good, right? So unless you're in mortal danger or, physical danger, you can do a lot. You can take way more control. That actually, I got to tell you, it's a very victim-y question to be asking. So I want you to be in your power. I want you to say, no, neighborhood, I'm not your bitch. You're my bitch, right? So why don't you just wait? Why don't you just move into the neighborhood and then see? And then if you're not happy, make yourself happy, because that neighborhood is not going to make yourself happy, okay? All right, there you go. Music for life. Yes, I see what you're saying. I'll begin to work on it just as soon as some things are in the way at the moment. Thank you, Terrie. You're welcome. Okay. Tawny was looking for the donate button. Oh, you are so sweet. As of right now, these readings are a gift to you. So I do appreciate that generosity. Really, Tawny, thank you. I do appreciate it. But for now, it's just a gift. So allow yourself to receive. I promise you at some point, if you do want to give and donate, which I would so appreciate, I would receive it. But for now, this is about you. Okay? Thank you, Tawny. I appreciate that. Jane, what do you see for my love life in the future? You do have one. You absolutely have one. I feel like there's some heartache. You got to clear that up. You got to clear that up. You got to clean out the past in order to be really present so that you have a future. Okay. Piano fingers. Hi, piano fingers. I don't know if my work relationships are healthy. What should I do? By the way, I hope your day is going well. That's so sweet. Thank you. I don't know if my work relationships are healthy. What should I do? So here's the thing. I don't know that you're going to like this answer. You're the lowest common denominator out of each person that you come across in your life, right? So if you're feeling that your relationship with your work coworkers, the cockatoo screaming, I don't know if you guys can hear that. When you are concerned about your coworkers, there's actually a part of you that's concerned about yourself. You see, this sounds so cliche, but it really is true because everything is energy and we are made up of matter and energy. So how we feel is going to determine what behaviors and what actions we take. So if you want to change a relationship, so for example, your work relationships are not healthy, well, that means something within you is reflecting that and you're able to see it, right? So that means there's a part of you that's unhealthy, right? So what you probably want to do is start asking yourself by looking at them, right? And saying, oh, this is what bugs me, or, oh, this person is like this, or, oh, we're just not getting along, or, oh, there's agitation or something like that between me and X. What you want to do is you want to ask yourself those questions. Where in my life am I feeling blah, blah, blah? And then that can give you some sort of guidance in terms of where you're out of alignment energetically. And as soon as you get yourself course corrected back on track, you'll notice that the relationship changes because we are energy, right? And our energetic fields, our auras, affect other energetic fields, other auras, and they're constantly coming in contact with each other, some attracting, some repelling, some integrating. So you want to just kind of take a look at yourself first and just say, okay, this relationship with so-and-so is unhealthy. This is what I tend to feel when I'm with this person, or this is what I'm sensing. Where in my life am I experiencing those things on a personal level? And yes, start working on that energy. You start shifting that energy. And you watch what happens around you. Because as above, so below, as within, so without. Everything around us is a mirror. It's a reflection of who we are. But even not just who we are, but what our energy is. So what you can actually do is switch this around and have this be like a gift, right? This is an indicator of what your energetic signal is. This is what you're broadcasting. So I would go, oh, this is very good information. This is data. So you don't take it personal, right? You go, this is data. Okay, beautiful. This is what's going on. Okay, it's indicating that this relationship is insecure. So something in me feels insecure. So now I know I'm emitting an insecure broadcast signal. So I'm going to bring in anything and everything that's going to consistently prove that insecurity, right? So then you go, okay, cool. This is great news. This is information. Now I can start working on myself and my insecurity and watch that shift and change, and watch your entire world around you shift and change as well. So just because we're having these bad emotions, or negative emotions, it does not mean one bit that you're screwed up, you're broken, or something's fucked up and you're wrong. It doesn't mean any of that. It's just information. Non-biased information. It's like, okay, this is an indicating signal. This is great. This is what I know I need to work on. And then you work on it if you want to change things in your life. All right. I know that was a really long answer, but it did feel like a lot of you guys understood it or got it and could apply it to any relationship. right? A relationship to people, places, or things. All right, you guys? So, piano fingers, great question. Okay, Dallas, you retracted your message, so I'll just say hello. Okay, Natal X. What should I do when I'm concerned about my health, which hasn't been perfect this year and has dragged my mental health down too? I feel like I'm anxious and exhausted all the time. Yes. Yeah. So I don't know that you're going to like what I'm about to say, but if you guys know me at all, I just say it because my intention is for you to really find your way out of this so that you can feel more empowered by your health instead of victimized, right? So the first thing you have to understand and acknowledge is that we live in a vibrational universe. Everything is energy. This cell phone is energy. Pretend whatever's in my hand here, which is showing up as nothing. Pretend this is an emotion or it's energy, right? Pretend this is joy, right? So the reason why you can't see joy, right? You can't see it. It's here. I've got it cupped right here, but you can't see it is because the energetic frequencies are moving so fast that your eye cannot detect it in your brain. Something like this, which is matter, these energetic frequencies are moving a lot slow enough that the eye can detect that vibrational frequency and send messages to the brain to interpret, oh, okay, this is an iPhone, right? So when you're dealing with your health, you're dealing with your physical body, which means your frequency and vibration is moving slower. And when you're talking about, and even so, emotions, right, which are energy and motion, they're caused by feelings. They too can move at different frequencies, right? They're more dense, they're slow moving. So emotions and frequencies like anxious and exhausted are slower moving frequencies, which is why it's affecting your body, which moves at a slower frequency. Yes? So you want to take care of your health. It means you do have to change your mindset because for whatever reason, the thoughts you are thinking are producing slower moving frequencies, okay? And typically frequencies that are slower moving are things like anxiety, stress, fear, sadness, guilt, shame, right? These feel heavier, right? It feels kind of like gloppy, right? Slow moving, like bleh, right? Even your body just moves slower, right? So whatever is going on with you, this is Natal X, your energy is indicating that it's moving slow, right? So when you're asking me, what can I do? I'm concerned about my health. What you got to do is change your thinking, because thinking leads to feeling, and feeling leads to energy and motion. So you're having thoughts that are slower moving in frequency. So whatever is the thoughts that are causing this anxiety and the emotion, that's what's going on. Now, that doesn't mean you should all of a sudden go, I'm happy and I'm grateful, because that's bullshit, because you're not there yet. You can't fake this shit. So what you have to do is you have to allow yourself to have these emotions. And the more that you say being anxious and being exhausted is bad, the more of a momentum it's going to happen because that's law of attraction. So what you need to do is two things. One, you need to figure out how to accept that just right now you are where you are, and where you are is okay. So you can't place any judgment on where you are right now. Like right now, my health sucks. And I'm just going to embrace that fact. I'm going to accept it. And I'm just going to be one with it. And then the second thing is, once you believe that and you trust that, and that energy gets integrated, then you can start saying things like, well, I know that this sucks. I'm tired. And I'm still going to go for a walk. I'm still going to go for a walk. You know what? I'm going to go for a walk. It could be 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you can walk, of course, you know, or even if you're in a wheelchair or if you're on crutches, it doesn't matter. You're changing your environment. And when you do that, you're changing the frequency. So you have to do something to change, right? So what you do is you accept that this sucks. You're like, fuck this shit. You breathe into it and you accept it and you don't fight it. And you're just like, this is the way it is and there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with me. I feel really sad right now. My heart is broken. I'm just giving you an example. My heart is broken and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with me. And then you start integrating that energy. And then once that acceptance happens, then you do something else to change it. All right, you know what? I'm going to go for a walk. Because like at least when I walk, my energy starts to move. The blood in my body moves. I start to take in more oxygen. Yeah. So you gotta and things. So you can be anxious, exhausted, and do something. Okay. So Natal X, by you just talking about how sucky your health is, you're keeping yourself in that frequency of sucky health, and it's just going to cause the momentum. All right. So Natal X, what I suggest that you do is be frustrated, be exhausted, do all those things, and do something. And as you do something, you start to shift and change your energy. And then that will start a new momentum, right? So you don't have to or shit. I either have to be like unhealthy or I have to be really happy. No, you can be unhealthy and still grateful that you can walk. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. It's very complicated. It's hard to do just in a live. This is why I work with people. I help them change the anxiety so that they can go ahead and shift their energy and start moving forward, right? And start getting into their intuition, because as soon as we start getting anxious and exhausted and all of these things, our intuition shuts down and we have no idea what to do or how to move forward, right? So when you work with me one-on-one, I teach you these things. We work really closely. We work really tightly. We do those things. It's very difficult for me to just sort of explain and work with you in this circumstance. So if that's something you want to work with me on, we got to do that privately, separately than alive, all right? So that was another really long-winded question, but I have a feeling people needed to hear that too. I'm going to take one more question for today. Don't forget that there's always next week. So please don't be upset. Please don't be pissed. Please don't bitch and complain to me. I do what I can. This is my gift to you. I still work, you guys. I still have other readings to do. And thankfully I have projects that are coming up, you know, and I've got videos to record for you guys. So I do my best to give what I can when I can. And I also have other clients that I have to help too. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And I do my best. So just remember there's always next week. Okay. So one last question here. Victoria B. My cousin keeps worrying our family all the time. He does things that put his life at risk. A week ago, he almost died. My family and I'd like to know if he learned his lesson or if he doesn't care. Woo, I'm about to tell you something you will not like. Victoria, this is Nunya. Have you guys heard me say Nunya before? Nunya business. You can hate me. It's okay. I give you permission to be pissed off. What he chooses to do with his life has no reflection upon you or your family. If you are making it a reflection, that's on you. This is his human experience that he's here. You don't have to like it. I'm not saying you have to be like, yeah, that's cool, dude. Do it. You don't have to like it. But this is his life experience, his lesson, his everything. So when you ask me, I mean, I can't answer that for him. First of all, he's not here, so I'm not in his exact energy. I don't know his first name. Oftentimes when people tell me their first names, like I can tap into other people when I'm working one-on-one, not in a live. So I can't necessarily tell you what's going on with him because I'm not connected to his energy. But here's what I can tell you. What I can tell you is that this is none of your business and it's none of your family's business. And the sooner you guys can stay out of that, the sooner you'll have more peace. Yeah. So you're actually creating drama and wreaking chaos and havoc in your lives. You're taking on someone else's energy when you don't even need to. Okay. And this does feel like it's a big family thing. It feels like the family is a community, which is great. I love the closeness of it, but it also feels like, other people are making decisions for people. And that's the thing is we come into this lifetime with soul contracts plus whatever we have to learn in this lifetime that we do end up healing in previous lives. So we don't have to do past life work to heal past life stuff. You do this life work, earth work. That's what I call earth work. You do earth work to heal past life work. What happened in the past, fuck that shit. You don't even remember. Right? So whatever he's going through, he needs to be the one to get the help. He needs to be the one to do all that. All of this is his choice and his decision. And if you can allow him his experience, then you will feel less regret, less frustration, less anxiety, less depression, less fear, all of those things. So in other words, you have to see him with love and just really understand, and same with your family, because it sounds like you're a collective unit. You got to be careful about that. Just allow him to be and allow him to have his own experience. And I'm sure a lot of what I said doesn't feel right, and I understand that, and I'm not trying to upset you, but it is super important for you to understand everybody has their own experience, and we cannot control other people. All right? All right, you guys, that was the last question of the day. Thank you so much for traveling with me. I hope you guys got something out of this. A lot of times people will ask the same question or the same type of question, and I don't get to it, but I answer it in a different way. So Spirit's really kind and compassionate that a lot of times even though your question wasn't answered, you still can find some resonance in what I said to someone else or someone else's story. So Spirit will always piggyback, okay? So you guys, next Monday, 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, same bat time, same bat place. And if you are interested in community, I've got a beautiful Patreon community where we do meet up about once a week. And we have group readings there, and we have workshops, and we do energy shifting sessions. It's a really healing, supportive group. We're silly, we're playful, we're fun. So if that sounds like something you'd like to be part of, then go ahead and check out patreon.com/Terrie Huberman. All the information is down below in the description section. Please like, subscribe, and share to this channel. Let other people know that this is available. This is my gift to you guys. I really hope you guys get something out of this. And you know what I'm always saying, right? Stay connected. Stay connected to your family and friends. Stay connected to yourself. And of course, you can stay connected to me. And I'll see ya on the flip side. Bye.